This video is for Logic, specifically for Logic. If you're not Logic, by all means, you don't need to watch this video, or if you want to. But if you're not even a fan of Logic, you don't even need to watch this video. And I'm hoping he gets this. I really need y'all to understand. I'm hoping he needs this. My brother, congratulations with Ultra 85. I just listened to the album digitally, and this definitely shows the growth in 10 years. I need to, from my perspective as somebody that I need to talk to you about this album, because this album is awesome. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the build up for this album is understandable why you didn't market it and you didn't do any promotion for it and everything like that. When it came to from the first record, from the first single all the way to now, Teleport is phenomenal. Teleport is just so phenomenal, and I need the rest of the world to understand how damn good this record is, my man. So here's the thing, and I've been following with you since Young Sinatra, like most other people, and I'm pretty sure you get this a lot of times. Weird enough, the collective that you have for your fans, the Rat Pack, you call them, which makes sense. But the funny part is, my nickname is Rat with two T's. I wish I were kidding. It is a sheer coincidence on that. So I can honestly say I consider myself part of the Rat Pack as well, even though I've already was a rat. But in Young Sinatra, I felt your stuff of it. What I love about the fact is when artists like you grab my attention, but it's not until later in your work that it's assimilates me into being a better, heavier fan. Now you did that when Young Sinatra came out. I wasn't gonna lie. I saw potential in this gift in the work that you've done, but I wasn't up to the hype. It wasn't until Young Sinatra Undeniable, when you took a Hans Zimmer record, a Hans Zimmer score, and made a completely amazing record with it. And from when you did Inception, from that moment on, I fucked with you every other time of it. And I've been defending and riding with you for the years of it. Now, every other album you have done since then, all the way up from your Def Jam releases to Incredible True Story, Everybody, which are very reflective records. The Suicide Hotline record resonates with me personally, and I don't need to go into detail with that. I respect you for much of that. And the fact of Incredible True Story and Everybody are my personal favorites of the records. And that's what brings me to this point with Ultra 85. This is the best way to cap a story. And you did a phenomenal job. And I think the 10 years was worth it because it was so much of reflection that you have done with. But I also feel the need that you need to get more respect given for your podcast, logically speaking, because that also, everything that you have aired out, especially with Teleport, if I did not watch the episode of the podcast with your father, I would not felt that Teleport hit even harder because of your story and your discussion with your dad. And then along with Kevin Smith, your interview with Kevin Smith, both of those videos resonate so much with me, which is why I'm so happy that one of my favorite filmmakers respects you as a friend as well. So much that he even has you in his 4:30 movie, which is dope as hell. I, you know, I feel like in the midst of everything that you've done in your music and everything, I truly understand of the experience of that as somebody who, whether I can't say I relate to you to somewhat when it comes to like family relationship situations and stuff like that, but the mental health perspective. At one point, I tried to have a career in music myself to some point. It didn't work out for me the way it did better for you. And I think you leaving Def Jam was the best thing that ever happened to you because while you made incredible records at Def Jam, the creativity that Def Jam no longer has anymore stifles you. And you have been more expressive in your work outside of Def Jam. You did it with everything up to Vinyl Days. And when it came to even something as simple as, you know, um, with College Park and so on, this has been your best work. I really do. I love Vinyl Days. That's still going to be my, out of all of the albums, if I had to pick one of my favorite album of all time, it's Vinyl Days. Vinyl Days will still be that one because you put so much work into that record to go out as your last album with Def Jam. That will still be my favorite album of all of your albums. But I would not be remiss to tell you that this record is such a powerful record. And I think people need to more express about it. Now, I saw a video you posted a while back on your social saying that you didn't want to do any promotion, like any shows, any tours, any live appearances and stuff like that. And that just, I feel like that's not the case. I feel like if anything, we should be the ones, the fans should be barking this album because it needs to be listened to. It definitely does because it expresses so much of what you've gone through and what you've experienced and what you've been happy about. While everybody else, and your peace, love, positivity, everything that you put on those records, and in a way of dopeness that most artists don't usually do. And I feel that that's the reason why you get a lot of hate. And I don't understand that to this point of why they have to do that to you. But when it comes to this album, I don't see the reason of the negativity other than the fact that this is the type of music that needs to be seen a lot more often. And you've been on your best gay game out of in it. So this album being a reflection of the 10, not only I feel like this album is not only a reflection of your 10 years of putting out from everything from the Incredible True Story up to this, but I feel it's a reflection of your entire career, my man. I really do. I truly believe it does. You made this album not to try to win awards. You made this album not because you wanted to get stellar reviews from places like Rolling Stone. You made this album for the fans. It was by the fans for the fans. We wanted this record. Now, I don't know if everybody else will say that, but I can honestly attest to saying that as a person who has done music for the last 9 years at one point in my career. I honestly thank you from a former musician's perspective because if I was able to do what you did 10 years ago when I was still in my 20s, because I'm past that now, I would have done the same approach as you. And so I felt like that's why I needed to make this video because I needed to tell you from a music fan and a former music artist's perspective, you are one of the many people that responsibly given me a gear change for my music career. And I wish I had this album when I was still pursuing music. I really do. So I thank you for this album. I thank you for still enlisting us with our music and still giving us the positivity of it. And we need more episodes of Logically Speaking podcast because it's that your podcast is dope. It's really dope. But I'm pretty sure you're probably busy with your movie and everything else. So I just felt I need to do that for you. So thank you, Bobby Tarantino, for this album and entirely for that. From one fan, music artist, lover to another, and a fellow nerd. Thank you.